OMG. Your soulmate ex begs don't watch this video, but you must. My beloved child, stop for just a moment, because the person connected to your heart has been trying to convince themselves that you should never see this message. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you, and the reason they are silently begging you not to watch may be completely different from what you imagine. They thought they could hide their feelings, bury the memories, and act as if they had moved on. But something happened that brought your name back into their mind with a force they could not ignore. Stay till the end, because the most important part has not been revealed yet. There is one realization they have been carrying quietly, and once you understand it, you may finally see why their behavior changed so suddenly. Listen carefully, because this is where everything becomes deeper. Your soulmate may have realized that losing your presence was not the same as forgetting you. They could distract themselves, stay busy, smile around others, and pretend everything was normal, but one particular memory kept returning. And that memory made them understand something they were not emotionally prepared to admit. They underestimated what your connection meant to them. The shocking part is that they may not be afraid of you discovering their feelings, they may be afraid of what happens inside them when they finally admit those feelings to themselves. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next realization changes the entire meaning behind that desperate, "don't watch this" feeling. And now, my beloved child, pay attention to the detail that matters most. The message is not really about a video. It is about a truth they have been avoiding. Somewhere in their heart, they know there is something they should have said much earlier, something they kept postponing because they believed there would always be another chance. But time has a way of making silence louder. Now the memories, the unanswered questions, and the words left unsaid are becoming impossible for them to ignore. And there is one final piece of this story that you have not seen yet, something that could explain why this connection suddenly feels impossible to forget. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and this is only the beginning. Something shifted the moment they realized you were no longer waiting for the same old version of them. My beloved child, this is where the story takes an unexpected turn, because the person who once believed they could control their emotions is now confronting a feeling they never planned to reveal. They may have replayed your conversations, remembered the smallest details about you, and quietly wondered whether you still feel the same. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The strongest part of this message is still ahead, and the reason behind their silent, "don't watch this" reaction is becoming clearer with every moment. There is a powerful realization forming inside them. They may finally understand that what they dismissed as a temporary connection was actually something they deeply valued. And that realization can be overwhelming when someone knows they handled an important moment differently than they should have. They may wish they could return to one specific conversation, one decision, or one moment when they had the opportunity to be completely honest. Stay till the end, because this is not simply about missing someone. It is about recognizing their value after distance has created enough silence for the truth to become impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next part reveals why their heart keeps returning to you. But here is the twist you were never expecting: the strongest emotion may not be longing, it may be regret mixed with hope. They may secretly wonder whether the door they thought was closed is actually still open. They may want to speak, but pride, uncertainty, and fear of rejection can make even a simple message feel enormous. And that is why this story feels so intense. They are standing between what they once did and what they now wish they had done. My beloved child, stay till the end of this journey, because the moment they finally stop hiding behind silence could reveal the one truth they have been holding back for far too long. The silence is about to make sense, my beloved child, because there is a reason their energy seems different now. They may have spent so much time convincing themselves that they were fine, only to discover that certain memories still carry your presence. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you, and this next realization changes the entire story. What they once considered the past may suddenly feel unfinished, not because they want to repeat everything exactly as it was, but because they finally understand what they failed to appreciate while they had the chance. Stay till the end, because the detail they remember most about you is not what you think. Here is where the emotional truth becomes impossible to ignore. They may remember how you made them feel understood without demanding perfection from them. They may remember your patience, your warmth, the way you noticed things others overlooked, and even the moments when you stayed genuine while they were uncertain. And now they are comparing that feeling with everything that came afterward. That comparison may have awakened a realization they never expected. Some connections cannot simply be replaced by keeping busy or meeting new people. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next piece reveals why they may be reconsidering words they once left unsaid. Somewhere inside, they may be asking themselves one unforgettable question: what if I had been honest when it mattered most? And now comes the part they would probably never admit easily. My beloved child, they may have imagined what it would feel like to finally stand in front of you without excuses, without pretending, and without hiding behind silence. They may not know exactly what your response would be, but they know what they want to say. That is why this message carries such emotional weight. The person who once avoided the conversation may now be realizing that avoiding it did not erase the feeling, it only made the truth louder. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next revelation goes beyond missing you. It reveals what they may finally be ready to confess. My beloved child, the moment they tried to move forward was the moment they discovered what they had actually left behind. Something about you kept appearing in the quiet spaces of their day, a memory, a familiar feeling, a sentence they once heard from you that suddenly carried a completely different meaning. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you, and this is where their hidden emotions begin connecting together. They may have told themselves that enough time would make everything disappear, but instead, time gave them clarity. Stay till the end, because what they are beginning to understand about you is far more powerful than simply missing someone from the past. Here is the part they would struggle to explain. They may finally recognize that they were not only missing your presence, they were missing the version of themselves that existed when they felt truly understood by you. That realization can change everything. Suddenly, old conversations seem more important. Small gestures seem bigger. Moments they once ignored become memories they wish they could experience again. And somewhere inside, one question keeps returning: why did I wait so long to say what I really felt? Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because their next realization is connected to the one thing they can no longer pretend does not matter. And now the emotional turning point arrives. They may be imagining a moment when they finally stop hiding behind pride and simply tell you the truth, not with dramatic promises, but with honesty. They may want you to know that the distance taught them something your presence could never have taught them, your value was never measured by how often you were around. It was felt in the moments when you were gone. My beloved child, stay till the end, because there is still one confession buried beneath all of this, the sentence they have rehearsed silently but never had the courage to say aloud. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next moment brings that hidden confession closer. My beloved child, there is one thought they keep returning to, and this time it is not about the past, it is about what could still be possible. They may have reached the point where pretending no longer feels comfortable, because every attempt to dismiss the connection only seems to remind them of what they once felt. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you, and the deeper truth is finally coming into focus. They may be wondering whether you would even recognize the person they have become now, whether you would listen if they finally spoke honestly, and whether the distance between you has changed everything. Or simply given both hearts time to understand what was always there. But listen closely, because this is where their emotions become surprisingly specific. They may not be longing for some perfect fantasy, they may be longing for one simple moment of genuine understanding. A chance to say what they could not say before. A chance to explain why they pulled back, why they stayed quiet, and why certain feelings were hidden behind ordinary words. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The most powerful part is not that they remember you, it is that they may finally understand why they could never completely erase the connection from their thoughts. What once felt confusing is beginning to look like a lesson they were meant to understand. And here comes the revelation they may have never expected themselves. Perhaps they were not asking you to disappear from their heart at all. They were secretly hoping that, somehow, you would still understand them without them having to explain everything. But now they are realizing that silence cannot communicate what the heart needs to say. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next chapter is about the moment when hidden feelings become impossible to disguise. They may finally have to choose between remaining silent and allowing one honest truth to change everything they thought they knew about this connection. My beloved child, something they once tried to forget has suddenly become the very thing they cannot stop thinking about. And this time, it is not simply a memory of you, it is the realization that they may have misunderstood your entire connection. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They may have replayed an old moment and noticed something they completely overlooked before. Perhaps you were giving them more understanding, patience, and sincerity than they were capable of recognizing at that time. Stay till the end, because once that realization settles into their heart, the question changes from, "Why did this happen?" to, "What am I going to do about it now?" And here is the emotional twist. They may have imagined that if they stayed quiet long enough, the feelings would eventually become smaller. Instead, the silence gave those feelings room to speak. They may suddenly remember your voice, your expressions, the little things you said, and the moments when you seemed to understand them without needing a long explanation. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because they may now be recognizing a truth that can completely change how they see the past. They were not necessarily asking for more time, they were asking for more courage. Courage to be honest. Courage to admit that your presence mattered. Courage to stop pretending that everything was as simple as they once made it seem. But the deepest realization is still ahead. My beloved child, there may be one sentence they have been carrying silently, a sentence that becomes heavier every time they think about you. "I should have told you sooner." Not because they can rewrite yesterday, but because they finally understand that some feelings deserve honesty instead of endless hesitation. Stay till the end, because this is where the "don't watch this" message takes its strongest turn. They may not actually want you to look away, they may be hoping you finally understand what they were too uncertain to explain themselves. And the next chapter brings us closer to the truth they have been protecting behind all that silence. My beloved child, the truth they tried hardest to keep quiet is beginning to rise above every excuse they ever made. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you, and this time the feeling is deeper than simple memories. They may have reached a point where even the smallest reminder of you makes them pause and wonder how different things could have been if they had spoken honestly when the opportunity was there. Stay till the end, because the next revelation connects every unanswered question, every moment of silence, and every emotion they tried to hide. What they once called "moving on" may have actually been an attempt to avoid facing what their heart had not finished processing. Now listen carefully, because this is where the emotional truth becomes impossible to overlook. They may have finally understood that they were not only afraid of losing you. They were afraid of discovering how much your absence would affect them. That is why they may have kept their feelings behind distance, hesitation, or silence. But lately, something has changed. They are beginning to realize that pretending not to care did not make the connection disappear. It only made them wonder whether you still remember the moments they secretly treasure. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next realization is connected to a question they may have asked themselves again and again: what if I finally tell them everything? And now, my beloved child, imagine the moment when there are no more hidden meanings, no carefully chosen words, and no pretending that the past meant nothing. They may finally want to speak from the heart and acknowledge what they once avoided admitting. Not a perfect speech. Not a dramatic performance. Just the truth. They may want you to know that some memories stayed because they mattered, some feelings remained because they were genuine, and some unfinished conversations never truly disappeared. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The final revelation is closer than you think, and it may explain why the person who once wanted you to look away is now silently hoping you will finally understand what they could never bring themselves to say. My beloved child, you have reached the moment they were hoping you would never reach, because the truth they kept hidden is no longer comfortable to carry in silence. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and everything that came before this moment points toward one powerful realization: they may finally understand that what they felt for you was never as easy to dismiss as they once pretended. The memories remained, the unanswered questions remained, and somewhere beneath all the distance was a feeling they could not completely explain away. They may have wanted you to look away because facing the truth meant facing themselves, and that is much harder than simply walking away. But here is the revelation that changes the entire message: perhaps their greatest regret is not that the connection ended differently than expected. It is that they did not recognize its value while they had the opportunity to show you. They may now understand that your patience, your presence, and even the smallest moments you shared carried meaning they were too distracted or uncertain to appreciate. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because the words they have been holding back are becoming clearer. They may want you to know that you mattered more than they ever managed to express. Not because everything was perfect, but because something about you reached a part of their heart that ordinary connections could not reach. And now, my beloved child, this is the final truth you were meant to hear. The "don't watch this" feeling was never really about keeping you away from the message, it was about their fear that you might finally see through the silence. They may still wonder whether you would listen if they spoke honestly, whether you would understand what they could not explain before, and whether there is still room for one sincere conversation. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge has been waiting for you throughout this entire journey: clarity. You do not have to chase anyone, force an outcome, or live inside yesterday. If their heart truly has something to say, let their actions and honesty speak for themselves. And if this message reached you at exactly the right moment, perhaps the greatest revelation is not what they are feeling, it is finally realizing how deeply you deserve to be valued, understood, and chosen with certainty. My beloved child, you thought the story had reached its final page, but one hidden piece still remains, and this is the part they may have struggled with the most. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. After all the memories, silence, and emotions, they may finally be asking themselves a question they avoided for far too long: if I still care this deeply, why did I spend so much time pretending I didn't? That question changes everything. They may be realizing that what they once treated as an unfinished chapter was actually a mirror showing them what they needed to learn about honesty, appreciation, and emotional courage. Stay till the end, because the answer is closer than you think. And now comes the surprising part: they may not simply want another chance, they may want the opportunity to finally explain themselves without hiding behind pride or uncertainty. They could be imagining a simple conversation where they tell you what they should have said before, what they felt, what they misunderstood, and why they struggled to express it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because this is where the meaning behind their silent plea becomes clearer. They may have feared that if you knew how much they still remembered, you would see them differently. But perhaps that is exactly what they are beginning to accept: if something is genuine, it deserves honesty, not endless guessing. So listen to this final thought carefully, my beloved child. The greatest surprise may be that their realization is not about controlling your next move, it is about finally understanding that your heart has a choice too. They may want to return, speak, apologize, or explain, but you do not have to chase the answer. Let truth come through consistent actions, sincere words, and real effort. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, not necessarily a perfect reunion, but a moment of clarity powerful enough to change how you see this entire connection. And if they truly have something important to say, they will eventually have to stop hiding behind "don't watch this" and simply tell you the truth.